The Camino de Santiago is an ancient pilgrimage that began in the Middle Ages, when people from all over Europe would leave their homes and journey on foot to the city of Santiago de Compostela, the burial site of St. James. The Camino Frances is the most popular route, stretching 500 miles, or 800 kilometers, from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, France, in the foothills of the Pyrenees Mountains, and across northern Spain. Though not Catholic, the idea of a pilgrimage intrigued me, and the physical endurance aspect promised fitness, something this couch potato sorely needed. I wasn't sure exactly of what I was getting into, but I knew that I needed a change, as well as an adventure. But the Camino turned out to be much more than that. So much more. The tiny town of Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port would barely be known if it weren't for the fact that it is the starting place of the Camino for the majority of pilgrims. We spent the night in an albergue where we met people from all over the world doing the Camino for varying reasons. For myself, getting into better shape was my goal, but I'll admit I was also captivated by the history and spiritual nature of it as well. We were awakened by the sounds of angels singing at the crack of dawn. After a hearty breakfast, we set out, all uphill. Right out of the gate, the Camino wants to know what you're made of. So we made it to Arisen, our first stop. We walked maybe 9 kilometers out of 800, and it kicked our ass. It was steep, it was muddy, it was rocky, it was sheepy, but we're here, we're alive. It's like walking in a postcard. Around every corner is another wonder to behold. The aches and pains are temporarily forgotten as breathtaking views abound. Unlike a wilderness backpacking trek, the Camino takes you through villages and cities, so it's unnecessary to overpack. Anything you want or need will be available. Yet seemingly in the middle of nowhere, a food truck is most welcome. Hot chocolate and fresh cheese give a much-needed energy boost. By day 3, the muscles are toast, and the blisters are coming into their own. The town of Pamplona seems to be getting farther and farther away the longer I walk. Hoping Pamplona is just around the corner because I'm kind of dead right now. So I'm having the last of my lunch sandwich and a Powerade, and hopefully that'll give me the energy that I need to continue on. Starting to think this was a pretty stupid idea, but I'm pretty tenacious and I think I can continue going. 5 days in, and we're starting to find our rhythm. There's a beauty in the simplicity of it all. Every day you pack up everything you own, grab some breakfast, and head out. You'll walk 10 to 15 miles, find a bed, grab some food and a hot shower, and get a good night's sleep. And the next day you wake up to do it again, and again, and again. In life, as on the Camino, we all carry around backpacks. We fill them with our hopes and dreams, our failures and our hurts, our insecurities and our brokenness. And after a while, that weight takes its toll. What can we let go of? What no longer serves us? What can we allow God to carry for us to lighten our load? By the 10th day, we've hit our stride. Our bodies are adapting to the physical demands of walking the equivalent of a half marathon daily. We've perfected our foot care routine to minimize new blisters and to care for the healing ones. A new day dawns, and we head out. The path stretches ahead for miles in the early morning light. The way curves and climbs the hills and valleys across the vineyards. We fall into step with our fellow pilgrims. Buen Camino! We might strike up a conversation for a few steps, or for a few miles. Many we will never see again. These brief moments make up some of the best times on the Camino, for you never know when or if you'll ever see each other again. Some you will see and say hello to several times throughout the day. You may not have a language in common, but a smile and a nod are all you need. Many of these people will become your Camino family, even if you never come to know their names. Our footfalls mark the cadence, and our lives are connected. While we're all on the same path, we each must make our own way. Some fly by effortlessly. Others step rhythmically and methodically, one foot in front of the other. There are mountains to climb. Some will meander, stopping to smell every rose, listen to each bird song, inhale the fresh air, and appreciate the little things. It reminds us to cherish each moment with those we love. Life, like our encounters on the Camino, is fleeting. Each day finds its own rhythm. Blister pain will slow your pace, but the Camino is not a race. Today's Camino lesson, we're walking up a trail full of snails. Be a snail and don't let the Camino crush you. For the directionally challenged, walking the Camino may seem like a daunting task. How do you know which way to go? How do you not get lost? Fortunately, there are plenty of guidebooks, and the way is well marked. Sigue las flechas amarillas. Just follow the yellow arrows. They are everywhere, at every juncture, at every crossroads. If only life were so simple. How do we know which direction to take in life? How do we know what God's plan for us is? One only needs to be still, for God has placed the yellow arrows on our hearts. And yet, it's still possible to take an unexpected side trip. So, we just left Villafranca, and apparently, unbeknownst to us, at the bottom of this steep hill, there were 3 different routes we could take, but there was only one arrow pointing up the hill. So now, instead of going the nice flat route that we were supposed to go to get to our next bed, we're going up and over a big giant mountain instead. But God will lead you back to the way you were meant to go. Old stone churches dot the landscape, and every evening hold pilgrims' masses for all to attend.
Que Dios te bendiga y acompañe por el camino de la vida.
At the end of each day, most pilgrims stay in an albergue, or hostel, in rooms filled with many other pilgrims. Shoes and poles are left at the door. There's the rearranging of packs. After dinner and showers, everyone hits the sack. And when the lights go down, the chorus begins. Slowly at first, and then. It's in these moments that we learn grace. The journey is long, and the days all seem to blend together. Hours alone on long, flat stretches of endless roads, through fields and vineyards. The hot sun beats down mercilessly. Our lips are parched. Our muscles ache. The blisters bite, and it takes every ounce of strength to forge ahead. So now it's time for a shower and a nap, and dinner and a nap, and food and a nap, and maybe another nap. And we get to get up tomorrow and do it all over again. But there is beauty in all of God's creation, and we are not alone. God is there, in the wind, in the wheat, in the singing of birds, the chirping of crickets, and the guttural croaks of frogs. God is in the gift of song and in the fellowship of fellow pilgrims.
Camino.
The endless miles give us plenty of time for contemplation, reflection, meditation, and prayer. God hears our unspoken prayers and sends us a sign. God is love, and love is everywhere. Ultrea, we walk onwards toward Santiago. Susea, we walk higher. As we near the end of our journey, our doubts and fears of reaching our goal turn to elation. Our bodies are stronger, leaner. Our hearts are full. In the midst of it all, we find God, in the laughter and the tears, in our fellow pilgrims, in the hot, fresh food prepared by loving hands, in the coolness of the shelter, the cleansing shower, and the soft bed that gives us rest. We feel our steps get softer, our burdens lighter, as we become one with God. The journey is in the small and simple things. We should make time to be fully present and appreciate all of the little details that make up the big things in our lives. The smiles of our family members, the warm embrace of a friend, the hand-painted skies, the rainbows in the fields. On our Camino through life, it is better to take after the snail, savoring every inch of the way. At the end of our journey, the physical will be stripped away, the pain will cease, and we will be at one with our Creator. I walk to be alone and to be with God. I walk to clear my mind and to fill it. I walk to remember and to forget. I walk to wrestle and to find peace. I walk to create space and to be connected. I walk to ground myself in the present and to dream in the future. I walk to let the sun shine on my face and to allow the rain to fall upon my shoulders. I walk in silence, and I sing. Poem by Ron Ottenau.